Hey guys, how you doing? Today I wanted to make a video for you guys to focus on a new program that Beachbody just came out with. Um, I've been doing Beachbody programs for about, I would say, since last May. I've already done 21 Day Fix. I've done Focus T25, done P90X3, and with this new program, I wanted to do something new. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to document my fitness journey, since for the last couple of programs, I followed through with them, and I followed them with the meal plans and all, but I never really documented exactly everything I was doing every day. So when I was showing my results, people were really like, "Oh wow, well, how did you do it?" And it was kind of hard to explain to people all the stuff that you was actually doing in the program. So today I want to take the time, first of all, to introduce the new workout program that came out. So the fitness trainer is Shaun T. He's here, showed on Men's Health magazine. He came out, for those of you who don't know, he had made this really crazy workout video that kind of like revolutionized what home fitness was about. It was called Insanity. And it was like an hour of like the insane, craziest moves you can perform. And a lot of people, it was really tough. A lot of people couldn't really hack it. It's not for everybody. But it was guaranteed to give you amazing and crazy results that you wouldn't normally get from working out. So what Shaun T did was he came out with a new program, and it's called Insanity. Let me see if I got it here. Insanity Max 30. Right? And so its focus is really to perform insane moves. It's a crazy, high intense cardio based program. And its focus is really to give it all you have. It's not focused on like many other workout programs where you have to keep up with the trainer, keep up with, the people in the class or whatever. And it's really all about pushing your limits. It doesn't focus on you having to complete the whole 30 minutes, giving it your all, because in reality, not even Shaun T can perform the whole 30 minutes, giving it his all. I believe today's workout video I did was cardio challenge, and he maxed out like at about 17 minutes. So, it's kind of good because you don't focus on, I have to keep up with this person. No, it's about you. The whole program is completely about you. It's not easy. It is hard. Today I started my cardio challenge, and at 2 minutes and 33 seconds I maxed out. It was ridiculous. Basically how it works is that once you push play, you follow the moves and you give it your maximum intensity. Whatever, you push yourself until you cannot push anymore. The moment you feel that you need to take your first break, that's what's considered your max out time. So what you do is that you take that break, you note down what the time was, so that when you come the following week and you perform the same workout, you have to try to beat that by at least 30 seconds. So what it really does is it really pushes you to keep going forward and to actually push it's really, I don't know, for some it's a mental challenge. It's mentally challenging because you have to push yourself when you really think that you can't. For me, I'm not even gonna lie, today for me was really a physical challenge, just because I guess because it's winter time in the cold air. While I was performing all the moves, I was so fatigued that I had tightening in my chest. I couldn't breathe. I had to I maxed out at 2:33, and at about 6 minutes, almost reaching 7 minutes, I literally had to stop and take a break, and I had to pause the video and be able to compose myself, because if not, I really thought I was gonna catch an asthma attack. It was really crazy. But I know that it had nothing to do with the program or the fact that it was so intense. I know it's something that I've struggled with, even when I go out running on days. If the air is too cold, I just my chest just tightens up. But back to the program. So what happened? So with the Insanity Max 30, you get this guide, and basically what it does is that it explains to you what the program is about, what is expected of you. Over here they show you all the workouts that you have to perform on month 1 and month 2, because it's a 60-day program. They also explain to you, well, actually, not explain to you. What I loved most about this program was that you really don't need equipment. There's a lot of people that don't feel like they have the space to have equipment to work out, or they really just don't want to bother with it. If working out without equipment is something that you really look forward to, this is something that is really for you. Another thing that I liked about the program was the nutritional guide. If there is something I have done already, P90X, Focus T25, 21-day fix, and now I'm starting the Max Out 30. And I have to say that first of all, I like all the programs. I like the workouts. They're all different in their own way. My 2 favorite programs although I have started day 1. What I do love about my 2 favorite programs is the nutritional guide. Why? Because they make it so simple for you to follow. It is not like any other that I have seen. It doesn't focus on you dieting. It doesn't focus on restricting you. I feel like what it does is really teach you how to eat nutritionally and how to control your portions. They couldn't make it any easier. They like literally just spell it out for you. All you have to do is follow it. I don't understand why people can't follow it. I mean, for me, it's so simple. For somebody who doesn't know how many, let's say, vegetables you should be eating or how many proteins you should be consuming in a day, you know, everybody at a different weight gets to eat a little bit differently. The Beachbody has done an awesome job really laying it out and explaining to you and making it easy for you to follow eating healthy. So this as soon as you open, this is the, I would say, second, well, after the contents, they show you a chart, and basically on the chart they tell you according to how much you weigh. If you weigh under 150 or over 150, they tell you how many containers you should be consuming of a particular, I would say, a food group. Insanity Max 30 does not come with the containers for portion controls. They look like this. I did happen to have them because they do come with the 21-day fix program. But if you do want them, you can purchase them separately. And so what it is that every container is a different food group. The green container is the vegetables, the purple container is the fruits, the yellow container is whole grains, the orange is seeds and dressing, the blue is healthy fats, and the red is protein. This is just the Shakeology cup for when you drink your Shakeology. And so basically, for instance, for me, I weigh over 150 pounds. So my plan would be Plan B. And for Plan B, it tells you that daily you can consume 4 veggie containers, 3 fruit containers, 4 protein containers, 3 carb containers, 1 of the healthy fats, which is the blue container, 1 seeds and dressing container, the orange containers, and you can have 4 teaspoons of the oils and nuts butters. And so then once you figure out where you, I mean, it's really easy. Once you figure out where you land between 100 if you're under 150 pounds or over 150 pounds, and you figure out how many containers you have to consume daily, then we get to the fun part. What exactly can you eat? You know, it's just, sometimes you're like, oh, but what vegetables? We really don't know how to think outside of the box. So what Beachbody does is that they give you these awesome lists of foods. I don't know if you can see, of foods. For instance, this is the veggies. Sorry. Oh. This is the veggies page, and this list is all the vegetables you can consume. If it fits, the idea is that if it fits inside the container, if you can fit it in the container, that is one portion or one serving of vegetable. The same thing goes with fruits. This is the list of fruits that you can have. If it fits in the container, you can consume it. That's considered one portion. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. All right, so back to the portion controls. So let's skip. This is the proteins this is the proteins list. This is the greens, which is like carbs. Your healthy fats, your seeds and dressings, your oils and nut butters. Then you have also, they gave you also a list, right, of what they call free add-ons. And really the free add-ons is a lot more like spices and seasoning. They have on there also water, coffee and tea. You can have coffee and you can have tea. It is permissible. Only thing is, do not add sugar to your coffee. Do not add sugar to your tea. And leave out the half and half, the milk, because it's like undoing all the hard work that you're doing. But they do allow you to consume it if you can drink it black or straight without any additives, you can have it. What I do like also though is that they do have a section for us that is called substitutions. And what they did was that because it's kind of hard for you to change, you're changing your eating habits, and it's normal as you start to change it, for you to have at least some type of cravings for some of the old stuff that we used to eat. So what they do is that for 3 times in a week, you're allowed to substitute a yellow container, which is considered like carbs, with anything on this list. So for instance, on the list, they have 2 things, beverages and snacks. And on beverages, they'll have milk, soy milk, almond milk. They have rice milk, coconut water, coconut milk. They have fresh fruit juices, wine, vodka, or alcohol. Oh yeah, if you guys drink vodka or alcohol or wine, really should not be consumed. Any type of alcohol should not really be consumed. You should try to stay away from it. They do allow it 3 times per week. But I mean, if you're working hard to lose weight, to get fit, to be healthy, then I suggest that you just don't consume it, as it really doesn't help you in your weight loss. But another thing that they have is they have snacks. So in the snacks, they have dark chocolate, potato chips, tortilla chips, popcorn, pretzels, chocolate-covered almonds, and frozen yogurt. Okay, what I do want to say about this, although they allow you to cheat, they really make you, this happened to me when I was starting the nutritional plan. What I would do is I would kind of weigh out my options, because it's not like you can add it to your meal. You actually have to replace, let's say, a container of rice, a slice of whole wheat toast. So for 3 times out the week, I have to decide whether it is really necessary for me, whether it's worth the sacrifice to give up a serving of rice or a serving of bread, which is my favorite. I love bread. It's one of the hardest things to stay away from for me. With a half an ounce of dark chocolate. Is it really worth it for me to give up that a serving of toast, a serving of whole wheat bread, or brown rice for a half an ounce of chocolate? Or let's say if you're craving potato chips, um, are you willing to give up a serving of? Now, it doesn't even have to be rice or bread if that's not your thing. A serving of pasta if pasta's your thing, or potatoes. Potatoes are starchy. Are you willing to give it up for 10 chips, 10 potato chips? So what I like about it is that it makes you conscious of the decisions that you make. So you're not kind of like in limbo, and you're not, because it's so easy for you to undo all the hard work that you do just by eating the wrong things. And what Beachbody has does is that they have made it so simple for us to follow a plan. Something that is really, a lot of diets, what they do is that they give you an outline of what it is you can eat. Let's say, for instance, Monday you can have, oh my God, I remember this crazy diet. I forgot what it was called. That you can have like grapefruit for breakfast, tea for mid-snack. Then you can have one toast, maybe some tuna fish. And really, that's all you can eat for that day. You can't, if you don't follow the diet the way it says, then you really weren't going to see results. And what Beachbody has done is that they really have changed the way we think about diets. And what they have done is really come up with a solution, and taught us how to really eat and what is the proper way of eating, what are the proper portions. And they laid it out in this booklet. It's a really thick book. I don't know if you can see. They laid out this booklet of what it is we can consume and what we shouldn't consume. So this is page 18. The book has it's about 100 pages. I didn't even know they had that many pages. But what I like about it was that not only did they give you the list of what you can consume. This is what they call the Beachbody water bar. So since people are not really into water, especially if you're into drinking juices and sodas, I really don't have a problem with drinking water. I'm not really into sodas. I stopped that a long time ago. And juices. And people find it so difficult to transition from one to the other. So what they do is that they give you ideas of what it is that you can put inside your water. This you can drink as many times as you want, as often as you want. There's no limitations to how much water you can consume. But they give you a list, like you can put lemon wedges, orange slices, strawberries. You can put mint leaves, grated ginger, rosemary, all in your water, and give it some type of flavor. Try to kick it up so that it can actually be somewhat more appetizing for you if drinking water is really difficult. It's a real challenge. So I think that this right here, this little list where it says avoid it, it's really the only list I've seen within the book that they tell you what you shouldn't consume. They give you that huge list of what other things you can consume, and they give you this tiny list of what you shouldn't consume. And it's like what I said earlier. If you drink coffee or tea, you shouldn't add half and half to it. You shouldn't add non-dairy creamer. You shouldn't add lots of sugar, artificial sweeteners, flavored syrups, chocolate syrup, or anything else you will wonder about. If you think it might be bad, it probably is. And then the alcohol warning. Also, they tell you to stay away from sports drinks. If it comes in a can or in a bottle, in the convenience store, then it probably isn't that good for you. So another thing I really liked was that they have almost all this section right here. Let me see. Yep. This whole section right here is dedicated to, that's about the rest of the book. That's about, I would say, a good 75 pages dedicated to recipes alone. Now, if you're starting out eating healthy, it's really hard to try to kind of figure out what it is you should eat and what it is you shouldn't eat. And when you do figure out what it is you should eat, you're kind of like in limbo, like, oh my God, I can eat broccoli and asparagus, and I can have this and that, but it's so hard to kind of you kind of have to think like a chef. You gotta change it up a little bit, try to experiment, see what you like, because I'm gonna be honest, I've never eaten before I started Beachbody. You could not get me to eat vegetables at all. I did not like vegetables. They were my thing. Potatoes was the closest thing you would get me to a vegetable, and corn. But I realized that, you become an adult, you realize that you have to, kind of suck things up. If you really want something, you really have to work hard for it, I don't believe in that, I don't like it. No, you have to really think in your mind what it is that you really want. If you're really looking to get healthy and you're really looking to get fit or to lose some weight, then you have to leave that mentality behind. You have to make sacrifices. Okay, maybe it doesn't taste the best. Well, do something about it. I don't like, let's say for instance, oh my God, you couldn't get me to eat spinach. But I'll eat it. I'll eat it in like they have here. I'll eat it in an omelet. I'll add a little bit of salt to it. Season it up with garlic, or you have to be creative. And if you aren't creative, then this is definitely like the beginner's guide. And you can't go wrong with the recipes that they have here, just because it falls right in with the meal guide that they provide you. When look, they give you here, let's say for instance, this turkey burger with avocado, lettuce, and tomato. That's the recipe that they have on this page. They'll tell you for this recipe, you will consume 1 red container, 1 protein, 1 green container, which is a veggie, and 1 blue container, which is the healthy fats, the blue one. And they tell you, okay, you gotta use this much ground turkey, this much tomato salsa. They'll explain it to you how to cook it. I mean, how much easier could it get? All you have to do is go out and buy the stuff and prepare it yourself. What I did like about this meal plan that 21 Day Fix didn't have was that they have what they call a do-it-yourself omelet station. I thought this was so cool because like I said, sometimes we have we don't know how to think outside the box, so they kind of laid it out for us. And what it is that you start off with your eggs. They tell you if you want egg white omelet or a regular egg omelet with yolk included. Then they tell you how many servings, what's the portion and how many servings. If you do an egg white omelet, then you can have 8 egg whites. If you do a regular egg omelet, then you can have 2 large eggs. And either one is equal to 1 protein container. If you was to add, let's say, spinach or let's say tomatoes. If you decide to add spinach, it's 1/4 cup of spinach is equal to 1 green container. The same thing for tomatoes. And you kind of go along. And as you keep adding to your omelet, then you keep documenting, okay, well, for my omelet, I consume this many green containers, this many red containers. And you just keep track throughout the day so you make sure you don't go over how many containers you're supposed to consume daily. The important thing is, I find, to plan. If you plan your meals beforehand, sometimes you'll have leftover containers. For me, sometimes it gets difficult to plan. But what Beachbody has done, which is amazing, because they're awesome. Let's see here. What they have done is they provided this food tracker. And so it has the basic outline, which is the two meal plans, right? So if you weigh under 150, you follow this guide right here on the top, the blue one. If you weigh over 150, you follow this guide, which is the red one. Each one has a different set of amount of containers. But what they did over here was that they put how many meals you're supposed to consume. On an average, you should be consuming 5 meals a day, spread throughout the day. Only because I know we're kind of used to eating 3 meals a day, but when you're looking a healthy meal plan or a healthy diet, really consumes a 5 to 6 small portions meals, just so that you can keep your metabolism burning. Another thing they did was that they laid out the containers on the top. And so what you do is, let's say for you put the day. I would put Monday. You could put day one. It's up to you. Whatever works for you. For meal one, I would do like a tally almost. You would tally out how many containers of each one you consumed for that meal. For instance, today I had a spinach omelet, a toast, and a serving of turkey bacon. So for me, I will have to put one green container for the spinach, two red containers. I'm sorry, two red containers for the protein, for the eggs, and for the turkey bacon, one yellow container for the toast. Oh, and I also had a serving of fruits, which was actually a purple container of grapes, which was actually a big serving, a big serving, and one oil, just because I used the olive oil spray to cook my omelet in. And basically, if you can follow, I find that the most important thing when it comes to dealing with the nutritional part of the exercise program, I feel that a lot of people fail to follow it the way it should be just because they don't read through the material. If you was to read through the material and really become knowledgeable with it, really dig into it, learn it. This is what you're paying for, and you follow it the way, if you follow it the way it's supposed to be, you really will see the results that you're looking for. That is one of the best. This is what I look for when I look for a program, because yes, the workouts are important, but I find that eating is just as important as working out, and being able to have a meal guide or a nutritional guide that you can follow is as equally as important. What Insanity Max 30 did that 21 Day Fix did not do was provide a no time to cook guide. What does that mean? It means that while in 21 Day Fix you weren't really allowed to eat out, or if you were, you really had to be conscientious of what you was ordering. I eliminated it completely just because I worked really hard during those workouts. Autumn really kicks your butt, and for you to undo it in one meal, for me, was not worth it. So what they did was they decided to give us this guide. And I thought it was an amazing idea. First, I found it a little bit kind of, I don't know, like a step backwards, because I feel like you really shouldn't be encouraged to eat out when you're trying to get healthy, just because you don't know what it is that these people are putting in your food. You don't know what they're cooking it with. You don't know how much sodium is in it. You don't know what additives, preservatives is in your food. And I don't like having to guess how my food was handled. Is it really healthy for me? So I just cut it out completely, and I prefer to eat at home and cook myself. Whenever I can choose between eating at home or eating out, I would rather choose eating at home, unless it was like, an emergency. or a special occasion. Um, what I was looking for when I did open up this booklet was I was looking for a statement or some type of reassurance that says that you shouldn't eat out. So I did find it. I can't find it right now at this moment. But they do tell you that this is a general outline. They don't recommend that you eat out, but if it is necessary, I know that a lot of people are working parents. They just don't find the time. You know, it's normal. It's life, you know. Then you do have options, which is awesome because sometimes you just need to know. I mean, you don't want to sit down in the restaurant like, oh my God, breaking your head. What am I going to eat? Is this even permitted? And end up with a salad, being unhappy, you know. I mean, it kind of sucks. So, and then you don't want to be either like, you don't want to be on the other side either where you be like, oh, I don't know what to eat. I'm just going to eat this. What the heck? It's one time. And then undo the hard work, the hard 30 minutes you worked for, you know? But they give you, let's say for instance, they give you Chinese guide, a guide for eating at a deli, eating Mexican food. And what they did over here was that they put what you should eat and what you should not eat. So they put you should, if let's say if you're going for Chinese, they recommend that you eat a wonton soup or egg drop soup, some steamed dumplings, steamed chicken and veggies, black bean sauce, and go for hot mustard, low sodium soy sauce. What you should avoid is velvet corn chowder, egg rolls, orange chicken, sweet and sour sauce, duck sauce, and oyster sauce. So basically, this is not really let's say what you should eat. It's more like, well, if you're gonna eat it, then this is the best option you have, you know. But also keep in mind that along with this list, you don't have really a guide on portion sizes. So you always have to keep that in mind. But they also have, let's say, steakhouse, Italian, Japanese. I mean, they really went out of their way to, you know, try to accommodate for everybody. What they also included was for fast food chains. Oh, I think it was on this page. Oh, yeah. You see, it says fast food is the nutritional last resort. Yeah, I remember reading it here. So they said we advise against it always. But we also understand that every once in a while, time and budget constraints make it unavoidable. So I thought this was cool. I thought that they really try to accommodate to their customers. I mean, it's understandable. I mean, I get it all the time. Oh, money is an issue. Money is an issue when it comes to eating healthy. Although I really don't understand how money is an issue because when I go to the regular supermarket and buy regular food, it is ridiculously expensive when I come out of there. It's horrible. I hate it. But they have here listed for you Burger King, Chipotle. They have convenience stores like 7-Eleven and Wawa, Domino's. They also have Dunkin' Donuts for you coffee fanatics. They have also I never heard of Jack in the Box, maybe out of the city. KFC, McDonald's, Panda Express, Panera Bread, Starbucks, Taco Bell, Subways, and Wendy's. And what they also did, which I thought was also cool, was they included, let's say, those frozen meals that you buy, like the Lean Cuisines. Although I really don't recommend the cuisines. I've tried them and I just feel like they're so packed with sodium. All they do is make you retain water. But they do have options that you should look for when you do, if you do feel the need that you need to purchase them. Like for instance, they have for the Weight Watchers brand, Lean Cuisine, Kashi, Healthy Choice, Ceterline, and Amy's. So if you feel like, let's say for instance, if I was to choose any one of these, I would probably choose the Lean Cuisine. And but they tell me that if I was to choose a lean cuisine frozen meal, I can choose the Szechuan style stir fry with shrimp, the wrap additions, the creamy balsamic chicken, the Spa Collection chicken Mediterranean, or the Spa Collection salmon with basil. I mean, it really doesn't get any better than this. So what I did want to come back to, though, to explain to you guys, was the workout descriptions. So basically, Insanity Max 30 is really high intense cardio, but they also have strengthening workouts. I don't know if you can see. So for instance, so day one is cardio challenge, which is like a crazy insane cardio routine. And then day two, you have what's called Tabata Power, which is really strength training. So, for instance, when I did Focus T25, in a way, was a little bit it's similar in some sense. It's not really the same. In Focus T25, you didn't really need equipment until you got to the second month, which was the beta stage. But most of the definition that you were receiving, as the results was strength training, really from using your body. You used weights, but it wasn't like you used the weights all the time. I think twice out of the week on the last month, the last 5 weeks was I think a lot if you use them. It was really using your body the whole time while you were performing the moves. If you, for instance, feel like you cannot keep up with Shaun T, right? They have provided in this program. It's the only program actually where in the video they allow you to focus on the modifier alone. So if you feel like, oh, Shaun T's doing it way too intense for me, and you feel like you need to tone it down a little bit, because you can't keep up with him, then focusing on the modifier is really something you want to do. So I wanted to show you that in the Max Out Guide, they also provide for you a calendar where you can actually log in every day you work out. What is your max out time? So they actually have two different calendars. Obviously, this first calendar, both calendars have month 1 and month 2. This is the regular. Actually, let me see. No, this is not right. This is the regular calendar, right? And this second calendar is actually to focus on your core. If you're really looking for ripped abs, like Shaun T, looking to get a 6-pack, then you might want to focus on doing the second calendar. When I was looking at it, all I really saw that was different was that on after the first week in each phase, either in month 1 and month 2, then they implemented 3 times a week ab attack and 360 abs, or the max out abs, which are the ab workouts, separate workouts. They do tell you that in order to do this calendar, you might need 10 to 15 minutes extra, then on top of the 30 minutes you're already doing. So along with that, they also give you a wall calendar. Right now I have mine posted on the wall just that I can see it every day and remind me every day, try to motivate me to do better than what I did yesterday. This is Shaun T's new workout program. If you literally just dropped last month in December, which was an awesome holiday present, Christmas present. But if you're interested in Insanity, just know that Insanity is not for people who are fit. It's not for people who are in tip-top shape. If you are, then you aren't, even if you are, you still find it as challenging. But even if you're not, if you're a beginner, if this is the first time, you still can do Insanity Max 30. Why? Because the modifier that they have dedicated for those who cannot perform the high intensity workout. Although I will tell you that the modifier workouts does not mean that it's easier. It is intense also. As long as you give it your all, you're always going to see results. If you're looking for an insane body transformation, this is the program for you. And if you're like me, I've never done Insanity. I've heard it's crazy though. But I did do Shanti's Focus T25, and I have to say that it was an amazing program. It was only 25 minutes. But the best part of the program was literally Shanti. He motivates you like no other person. He's like your biggest fan. And while you're doing the workout, you just want to continue because he just keeps driving you and motivating you to keep going forward. When you don't believe in yourself, Shanti believes in you. So I just wanted to give you guys an overview, a real detailed, I guess, look at what Insanity Max is. If you know, we have a challenge group now. If you guys are interested, you're more than welcome to join. The program, the challenge group is actually 205, and along with it, it includes a month's supply of Shakeology. If you guys are looking for, some type of way to curb your appetite, to feel more energized, to really fill you up throughout the day. Sometimes you're in a run and you don't have no time to prepare yourself, for instance, some breakfast, which happens to me a couple of times a week. Shakeology is definitely an option you want to look into. It's something that I cannot live without. As soon as I stop taking Shakeology, I feel the difference in my body. It's like you get all those nutrients that your body does not get from food, and it just gives you so much energy in order for you to continue through the workouts, throughout your day, so you don't feel sluggish. I mean, it's amazing. If not, you can purchase the program alone without the shake. I believe it's at $119.99. You can find that on the on my Beachbody website. I'll provide for you guys the link. Until next time, have a good one.